Hey everyone, welcome to episode number 7 of the top 100 American currency notes of all time. We've been running down the top 100 notes. We are currently at number 40. We're going to be going through numbers 40 through 31 this week. You can check back and see in the other episodes the other notes that have made the list. Let's kick things off this week with number 40. This is the 1869 $2 rainbow note. The rainbow series was only available in 1869. It was the very first issue of this particular design. 1862 was the first issue for the legal tenders. You can see it does say legal tender across the top. When it came to 1869, they developed this rainbow pattern. It's a blue that fades to green when you add in the giant red seal there. Just a really cool, really bright note. Taking a look at the back, that's that one there. The rainbow notes, this one is the $2 note. There's anywhere from 1,500 to 2,500 of these still out there. And if you're looking to pick one up in decent shape, you can spend about $1,000 in really nice shape, uncirculated. They can go upwards of $8,000. So that is number 40, the 1869 $2 rainbow note. Number 39, I don't know if I can even get this one in here all the way. This particular one is the $5 Indian Princess Confederate States of America note. This was the 1861 Indian Princess note. It's only a one-sided note, and it's just black and white is all. That's all you're going to find on there. It was ridiculously short printed. There was only 7,160 of these notes printed, and most of them were heavily circulated, so they're in just horrid shape. Finding any of these notes with such a low print run is insane. There's somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 to 110 of these still out there. It's called the Indian Princess note because you have the Indian Princess on the right. Finding one of these in VG is 25 grand. The nicest example out there is probably just a VF, and it's about $150,000. So that is the 1861 Confederate States of America $5 Indian Princess note, number 39 on the list. Number 38 on the list is the 1861 $5 demand note. 1861 is technically the first issue of the U.S. government printing money. 1862 is widely regarded as the highest circulated versions, but 1861 demand notes are technically where it all started, and the first note done was the $5 note. The $5 note, you can see all the green on the back. That is how we got the term greenbacks. The front of the note is the same design they used for the 1862. The paper itself had a slight green tint to it. That's part of the difference between the 1861 and the 1862, because they are extremely similar on the front. The backs do have a completely different side, so this is what you're looking for with the 1861. There are approximately 600 to 800 of these still out there, and you can easily pay anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 for one of those. So that is number 38. The 1861 $5 demand notes. Number 37 is the $100 gold banknotes, national gold banknote, the $100 version. These were done mostly out in California because of the gold rush. There was a lot of gold out there, and people were very used to handling gold. Instead of handling this kind of denomination in actual gold, the gold would just be kept at the national banks. And they actually had pictures of the gold coins on the back of the notes, which makes them so cool. The $100 version, as you can see down below, these are all California locations of the national banks. Extremely rare, 3 known, 2 known, 1 known, etc. Very few of these out there. But they do have the same national banknote motif as you'd find in the 1875 version of national banknotes. These were also on a gold-colored paper, and extremely valuable, extremely collectible. Probably not going to see anything other than pictures of these notes. That is number 37, the national banknote. There are a total of 9 of them known, and easily $250,000. So that is number 37, the 1875 $100 national gold banknote. Number 36 on the list is the 1862 $100 value back notes. Now, it's also a national banknote, okay? 1862 or 1882 would put it at a second charter period, and it is not a brownback. This is a greenback, and it's known as the value back because you have the denomination on the back. But what makes the $100 so special from this series is they were only issued by two national banks. They went to the Winters National Bank of Dayton, Ohio, and to the Credit Commercial National Bank of New Orleans. Those are the only two places that printed them. You were talking 1,800 sheets and 1,300 sheets, so you're talking 3,000 sheets at what, maybe four a piece. So not very many of these out there at all. There are 5 known to still exist, easily over $100,000 a piece. That's number 36, the $100 value back 1882 national banknote. Number 35 on the list is the $20 original series or 1875 series $20 national banknote. $20 national banknote. Now, nationals, once again, if your bank was solvent, if your bank was in good shape, the Treasury would come out and verify all the info, give you a charter number, and you were then allowed to put money on deposit and have currency printed with your bank on it. So that is the story behind nationals. There's the charter number right there on this particular one. The $20 note, it's just a denomination that wasn't used that much. 20 was a lot of money at that particular time. There are currently anywhere from 800 to 1,100 of these notes still out there, and you can get them from between $3 and $6 grand depending on condition. Taking a look at the back, you can see being national, it had the U.S. and the particular state or territory represented here on the back. Battle of Lexington right there. That is number 35, the original and the series of 1875 $20 national banknote. Number 34 on the list is the Federal Reserve $100 note from the series of 1914. It features Benjamin Franklin. This particular one has a blue seal on it. According to the book, they did make red seals as well, and either the blue or the red seal would count in position number 34. Taking a look at the back of the note, you can see the engraving on there. Pretty cool stuff. This particular note, you're talking anywhere between 4,000 and 6,000, and remember, that's including the blue and the red seals. The red seals are going to be much more. The blue seals, though, well, actually, yeah, you're talking, what is it, 600 to 800, according to this, if they're in, wow, 600 to 800 if they're in very good. And if you're talking about the red seals, you could easily be talking over $3,000. So that's number 34. Number 34, the 1914 Federal Reserve $100 note. Number 33 on the list, you can see, is the second issue or second charter period brownback series of 1882, the $5 denomination. $5 brownback national banknote series of 1882. That's number 33 on the list. The brownbacks, of course, use that brown ink to make the back portion of the note. It's a very unique color when it comes to our national notes, thus brownback being very specific. The huge number on the bottom is the charter number, which can be seen on the front of the note as well. Brownbacks, in the second charter period, these were the first ones that were issued. They also came out with other different styles as well, the value backs, the blank backs, and then you get into the third charter period as well. $5 brownback, actually quite affordable. 7,000 to 10,000 of these are out there, and very good. You can get them from as little as $500 to $700. In gem uncirculated, you're talking $3 to $4 grand, and of course, depending on which charter number and which bank it's from. That is number 33 on the list, the $5 brownback from 1882. Number 32 on the list is a $5 legal tender from 1862 or 1863, either one of those. This one in particular happens to be the 1862 version. You can tell because it actually says Act of 1862. One of the other defining moments on the back is where it has the obligation. In the very first issue, which this one is, you can see the capital letters in this note, legal. In the 1863 version, all of those letters will be capitalized. So yeah, especially in notes, you can see how they're small letters right there. The 1862 $5 note, the very first legal tender issued, 1862 was the year that these had come out. This one, even though it isn't in the greatest of shape, is still worth $300 to $400. In better shape and in really nice shape, you're talking well over $3,600. There are approximately 3,000 to 5,000 of these still out there in circulation. That is number 32 on the list, the 1862 or the 1863 $5 legal tender. And finally for this week, we've got number 31, the 1862 $1 legal tender. The demand notes of 1861 started with the $5 denomination. So if you wanted the first $1 bill ever created, you have to go to 1862. This would be it, featuring Salmon P. Chase. I was always fascinated by the design on this. When you look real close at the back, you can see how intricate the patterns were. Very, very difficult to duplicate. And on the front, they had this circle, which has a 1, a 2, and a 3, and the 1 is highlighted, which implies this is the $1 bill. On the 2 is highlighted, but there's also a 3, suggesting they were going to make a $3 bill as well. The 1862 $1 note, there's between 4,000 and 6,000 of these out there. They can be had for anywhere from $300 all the way up to $3,000, depending on the condition. This one's in pretty good shape. So that is number 31, the 1862 $1 legal tender, the first $1 bill ever printed. And that concludes the list for this week. If you guys learned anything new, make sure to hit that like button. Stay tuned next week when we tackle notes number 30 through 21. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you then.